Good afternoon. I'm Kevin Rowlands, Principal of Oasis Academy in Immingham. Today what we've been experiencing here is the People's Parliament event, where we've been discussing, looking at the concept of 100 days of peacemaking, and specifically to our community here in Immingham. The format of the event today was that we had Steve Chalke very kindly chairing the event for us, and we placed on every chair a green card and a red card, so that people could offer their opinions very quickly to the statements that we were presenting. We used the big screen behind us here, where we put a number of potentially contentious statements up there, challenging statements that people in the room could choose to agree, choose to disagree with. But what that allows is a very immediate visual cue, so that whilst Steve's chairing the event, he can draw in, see where there are strong opinions and start to draw those opinions out, and people can therefore challenge each other.
I think the benefits from today are the fact that we can actually listen to what the children have got to say, and then we can incorporate that into council plans, and it is part of the council plan that we do listen to children and have active participation from their, not just their point of views, but getting them involved as well.
It's a very good idea. I think we should do more of this because it'll bring Immingham together, so we can finally get some good stuff in Immingham.
Anybody up there? Right at the back there. Yeah, you with the card. Yeah,
Mine's about the facilities. Like in Immingham, there's three main ones. There's the leisure centre, swimming pool, and the resource. And we should try and keep them open because the resource and the leisure centre are both closing down. The kind of things we spoke about today were about the facilities in Immingham, the ones that aren't used and that are getting closed down because people don't respect them enough.
I talked about the student council because it's not fair when things are built. It's not what we want, it's other people what they want. So I come up with a student council idea.
I was coming to think about all the littering and just point out the bad stuff about Immingham and trying to come up with a solution for it.
I think these things, if we can really touch on them and take what's been said today, pump that into the community, I think we're really there to build the spirit of Immingham up.
well, this is fantastic then. Now remember, there isn't a right answer or a wrong answer. It's just your answer. What do you honestly think of these statements? So,
as part of the day, we're talking about the 100 Days of Peace. The 100 Days of Peace is a scheme that Oasis launched in its schools and in its youth work around the country in the lead up to the Olympics. When the ancient Olympics used to take place back in Greece, they used to proclaim 50 days of peace before the Olympic Games and 50 days of peace after the Olympic Games. And that was because it was the only way of allowing competitors, the athletes, to travel safely to take part in the games, or any spectators to get there. Otherwise, the country was too wild and it was too dangerous a trip. In the same way, we're looking at how we create peace in our communities. And this really grew out of what happened after last summer's riots around the country. How do we make peace? How do we become peacemakers? How do we create peace? How do we lessen tension and take away aggression and build relationships? So we're asking students in our academies around the country, and there've been loads of other schools that are joining in as well, to think of creative ways in their community. What projects can they undertake that are going to build peace and create community? 50 days before the Olympics and 50 days afterwards.
If we try and build something good or awesome or pure or anything, it's just going to get destroyed. By that time you might not.
It won't get destroyed in Oasis, though, will it? They probably won't even build it, they'll say they'll do it, and then it'll take them 2 or 3 years to do it.
What I really enjoyed about today was listening to the children's voices, because I think that is something that we don't do enough of. We're very passionate about, and we can actually take the ideas back that the children have raised today.
can I just say thank you to you all for taking part. I think your ideas have been brilliant. I think it's been really fascinating to hear what everybody's got to say, isn't it? It's really great. So give each other a round of applause.